Hey guys, welcome back to Economics and Comics. This is your top 10 new comics to buy for February 1st, New Comic Book Day. We got some interesting stuff here, so stay tuned. Okay guys, welcome to the show. I'm going to try to make it a quickie for you. If you're new to the channel and you like this stuff, please hit the subscribe button. Comment your favorite book and like. It'll also enter you into next week's giveaway. We will be giving away a couple books at the end of the video, so stay tuned for all those people that commented and like last week. Okay, we're gonna, it's kind of a weird week, but we're gonna start off with a couple cover buys. I'm gonna try to lower it down. Some of the other covers might be in the top 10, but we'll just start with these covers right now for covers. Phoenix Files #1. Cover C by Garvey is sick. Vampirilla Year 1 #5, cover B by Perillo. 8 Billion Genies #1, I think the 5th printing. There are a bunch of issues or multiple printings, but I'm only going to call out this one. Like number 2, 3, 4, 5, they all have multiple printings this week of 8 Billion. Dark Web #1, the 2nd printing. Miles Morales Spider-Man #1, 2nd printing. Moon Knight #20, the Blade Black History Month variant. There's an appearance of the Harley Quinn Hitman in this. I don't know if they've already appeared before. They might not have. And X-Force #37, the Mastrazo cover. All right. Now, I wasn't able to read these 4 books, but I have a feeling this is a good week for independents. So I'm going to tell you just a little bit about these indies that are coming out. You might want to pick them up. I don't have them yet. Almighty #1 says Mad Max Fury Road style combined with mutated horror of annihilation. The year is 2098 in a third world America ravaged by economic collapse, anarcho-warfare, and a mysterious environmental disaster contained behind a massive wall. A girl's been abducted and a killer has been hired to find her and bring her home. Could be good. Another new book called Black Tape #1. Jack King was a rock and roll god who projected a stage persona on par with the devil. After Jack dies on stage, in his window, Cindy grapples with grief and struggles to protect his legacy, unaware that she's being surrounded by dark forces that covet the master tapes to Jack's final unreleased album, a heavy metal masterpiece that just might open a doorway to hell. Could be good. Another one. I like this one. Blood Tree #1. Basically, it's a killer that kills serial killers' family members, like tries to eradicate the whole bloodline. I think it's interesting. It might be good. And we also have Breath of Shadows #1. In the 60s, Jimmy Meadows should be on top of the world. His band's most recent album just went gold, and they're riding a wave of international fame. But Jimmy is driven only by one thing: where to get his next fix. There's a lot to it. I think it'll be good. Okay, Breath of Shadows. A couple other #1s we got is DC Harley Quinn's Romances, cover B. They're all good covers. And DC Power, A Celebration, cover B by Sozo, which is cool. Kind of looks like design work stuff that I think she used to do a lot of. All right, let's do the top 10. Here we go. Lazarus Planet Legends Reborn #1. There's a bunch of new, characters in this. I don't know how important it is, but it made my number 10. Okay. Captain America Sentinel of Liberty #9. I like it, made the list because of the Marvel Anatomy variant, and there's a new team of invaders. Whatever, you still have some more of that MODOK thing in there. Okay, number 8 and number 7 follow each other read-wise. So Venom 16 is number 8, and you read that first, and then read number 7, Dark Web Finale. And here's the Momo cover for that. And it is the finale. It's the end. Okay? I don't want to read it for you if you guys have been reading the whole thing. Number 6 is Batman Legends of Gotham #1. The Zerdy cover's really good. And it's actually a really good story with Red Hood. A pretty good story. Red Hood, and he's doing something basically for Alfred. He's trying to get to Bane. Because, of course, Bane killed Alfred. So, Interesting story. I can't remember. There's a possible cameo of a new character at the end, but I don't remember if that character existed or not. It's definitely a cameo. Last page though. Number 5 is Star Wars Santa Staros #1. Here's the Pacelli variant, which I think is the best. There, I believe, is a bunch of new characters. Arissa is a cousin. Her grandma, Aunt Mavera, and Saras, who's an Imperial Guard. So, it was an okay story. We'll see where it goes. I'm not really sure about this book. Yeah. Okay. Number 4, X-Force 37. This is the regular cover. It was a good read. It's basically the truth behind everything about the peacock tattoo guy. You see his face. You see who he is. I'll just tell you who he is. He's the clone of the Gene-Engineer, who is in an older Uncanny X-Men book where the Gene-Engineer was like trying to clone, heroes, or trying to clone mutants is the best way to put it. And at the very end, you see the Omni-Mutant. And there's also, he has like a kid clone too. Peacock tattoo. There's a lot to it. It's a pretty good story. Number 3 is Silver Surfer Ghostlight #1. I got confused at the end. So, a little bit. So you have Al or whatever he rode the surfer thing and he apparently was Ghostlight, but at the end, I don't know, you have to read it. It's kind of long and drawn out. I don't know where this book is going exactly. I hope it's going to be really good, but it's mostly following around his like relatives that are kids. And they unlock the thing and let him out. And then Silver Surfer shows up. So, not really, is Ghostlight a first full appearance yet or not? Or did he appear before? It's very confusing. And who was Ghostlight? The book was confusing to me. Not too confusing, but it leads me to a point where I'm like, okay, well, what's going on? So at number 2, we'll find out. Okay, this is pretty amazing, and I'll tell you why at the end. But number 2 is Bloodline Daughter of Blade #1, the Stegman cover. It kind of talks about her origin, and I believe they introduced a new character called Whitney Neves, and she's also like a young vampire hunter. I don't know where I've heard that name before, if it's a first appearance or not, but it's definitely a first full appearance of that character. And you learn a lot about Bloodline. It's like their school, learn a lot about her. She's starting. You don't even see her powers yet. Like in the preview, it says like you see her new powers or something. You don't really see any of her powers yet or anything. So that'll be in the next issue. But I think they're introducing a new character. And I thought that would be my number 1. But my number 1 is Avenger 65. It is probably the best read of the week. Besides those new indies I haven't read yet, but Avenger 65 was really good. In the last, what was it? In Avengers Forever, or the last issue of Avengers, I can't remember which one, they introduced Avenger Prime, who was Loki. And in this book, they go over the history or origin of this Loki, who is Avenger Prime. And it's just a really good read. It really was a good read. So, because of that, I put it at number 1. So, it's not always about keys, guys. It's not always about keys. But for me, and I read it first. And I read a bunch of books. A bunch. I think I read maybe 20 plus books. It was the best read for me so far out of all it. And I like stories about Loki. Essentially, it talks about how Loki, in every other world, he's always the bad guy and he always fails. Well, he was bad, but didn't fail in a bunch of other stuff. And it shows how he's super powerful, guys. Like, super powerful. So we'll leave it at that. Let's do the giveaway. This is the Lee Rogers giveaway. The prizes today are Van Helsing vs. League of Monsters, limited to 350. Sick. VIP London Comic Con. Lee Rogers giveaway. London Comic Con. That's a pretty good one. And Contest of Champions, first appearance of White Fox and Guillotine. Sick cover. Okay? Those are 2 good prizes. So here's the giveaway right here. All you guys have to do again is subscribe, comment, like. Make sure to check out my top 10 pre-orders video because I just did it yesterday, and you still have tonight for DC and then tomorrow to pre-order everything else. There are a lot of number ones in the pre-order video, and I hope you check it out at least because I know I had to hit this today. So the winner is Kirby Carpenter. He asked a question about was it Supergirl or Superwoman? I can't remember. Recall book. Well, they covered it up pretty well. Why it was recalled. DC said one thing, but if I recall, it was like racist type of thing. Their characters were originally painted a different ethnicity or something. I can't remember exactly. And I remember how big that was when it happened. Stores were hiding those books. So that was a pretty good error. And DC just kind of covered it all up. But anyway, that was the answer to that. You can look into it more. I can't remember exactly. But that was a good book last week. So that's it. Oh, by the way, guys, thanks again for coming through and picking up Speechless 4. I really appreciate it. There are still some more left. And with that being said, I will let you go. Stay sick. See you next time.